other avenues that you can go down and all these other things that you can do. So for somebody who's listening, who's like 101 school for dummies, what is VJ? How would you tell them exactly what your job is in the space of like electronic dance music?
Yeah, sure. I guess from the bare bones, it's basically like DJing, but with video. It's more complex than DJing. Sorry, DJs, but
It definitely is.
it is many many layers of video that you're chopping together, effects that you're adding, and trying to time everything so it's in time with the music and the mood of the music. Further from there, it starts as just playing with some video, and then as you kind of progress in your skill set, you learn how to put the whole show together. And I think this is something I learned very early on because I actually learned on some full production tours, watching how they did it. And all of them are on headsets and they're timing everything perfectly. And one person is directing the show. So they're giving lighting calls, they're telling the lasers when they get to go and when the visuals are going to like tone down. They're directing the SFX. And so really that's where I am now, is I'm really directing the show, and the moments you have throughout that show, whether it be the lasers coming up or the lighting or the type of lighting and the colors and the mood for every song. And so it's very different from when you first start VJing, because when you first start VJing, it's very like plug a computer in, chop some video together, make it on time. And so, yeah, it's kind of fun to watch how that progresses, but that's kind of the role of a VJ can really expand from just being this kid that walks up and cuts video, which would be more like old school DJing. And then there can be more of planning the whole show ahead of time and really working as a team to put the whole show together. So really is a sliding scale with that.
That's awesome. I had no idea that you were kind of the one like on the headset saying, okay, these are our cues. This is how this is going. So then do you time code the whole show up to what the artist is doing? Or is it more, you receive direction from Val and he's like, hey, these are the colors I want. These are the visuals we're working with. Go do your thing.
Yeah, no, Val lets me pretty much make whatever I want for each of the songs. We talk sometimes about ideas for the songs, but I'm making most of the content myself. And then he's making some stuff as well because he likes to play around with animation. So it's really kind of us working together to really come up with ideas. And then I'm really responsible for coming up with the colors, the timing, how we want to do everything. So really, that part is what I spend most of my time when I'm preparing for a show. It's preparing what color calls, when we're going to let the lasers be up, because when the lasers are up bright, you kill the visuals on the back wall. So the lasers look extra awesome, and things like that. So really I'm doing most of it planned ahead of time, but all of the video I'm timing myself, including we have a few time coded visuals for specific songs. But even then I'm listening for the cue of that song to then, time the video manually. And then we're doing it that way. So that's how we do most of his, because the set is so dynamic and it's always changing and he's always putting new songs in, taking songs out. So if we were to time code everything every time, it would be so much work to line everything back up and pull songs out and then re-export the whole sync file for the whole show. And then he would also have to play a pre-recorded set, which he doesn't want to do. So I think really your time code is limited when you want to have changes to your set. There's some artists that do full time